Hey everyone, welcome to Quarter Mile Farm. Oh boy, today is, I didn't even check to see what today's date is. I don't know, it's Wednesday. I did not do a harvest yesterday for the Every Bit Counts challenge. It was a rather warm day, not too bad, but I was waiting for later in the afternoon / evening to do some harvesting, and we got a thunderstorm. And we had rain for the rest of the evening, and so I didn't get a chance to go out to the garden to harvest. So I'm gonna go do that today. I think I have some pretty good cucumbers out there to harvest. And speaking of cucumbers, I have some right here. Whoops. And these are actually from a neighbor of mine. Whenever she has some overgrown things, or when she needs to clear out, thin out things like lettuce, she lets me have them for the chickens. So I'm actually on my way to take these out to our chickens right now. So let's head on out there. You might notice my gate and fence is back up. We took this out because we were going to take these trees out. We took this one out on the other side of the fence, and we were going to take that one out, but it has complicated issues, so we're not going to end up taking that one out, at least not right now. I had also had ideas of just taking out this side fence altogether, but I decided I wanted the space in the backyard that I could contain the dogs if needed. So we have put this back in. My husband and our second son actually just finished this morning, so I'm really excited to have this gate back in. Wanted to show you down the creek side here. My dad's been working on this side. He's made it all the way down to our other fence and bridge over there on this side, and now he started to work on this side over here. So he's been clearing out along in here. This is so awesome. Oh, it's been such a mess. So grateful for my dad's help on all this, but you know, it was all blocked off by weeds like that, so it'll be nice to have this walkable. Hey, Buck Box. How are you? They don't look too interested in life right now. But here's a big pile of the brush. And look at that, catnip. Decided to feed the mama hens and the babies some of these cucumbers first. I also forgot I had these two summer squash inside that our neighbor also gave us. So I grabbed those. But we have two mamas in here, for those of you who haven't been watching. Two mamas, and we actually have 11 chicks now. Oh, here we go. She saw the food. I'd had some eggs incubating inside, and I had 3 eggs left. I've hatched out several of these inside, and then the mama hens also hatched out a few chicks themselves. But I had like 3 eggs left in the incubator, and they were not hatching anymore for like 2 or 3 days, so I thought they were done. And I was all set to empty out the incubator, and I grabbed up an egg, and just to check, I hold it up and I go beep, 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 just to see if I can hear any peeping back. And I didn't really hear peeping, but I felt movement inside the egg, and I'm like, ah, we've got another chick coming. So it hatched out actually later that day, and it's, I think, this little one right over here. Yeah, I think you can see it just coming up here. So anyway, we have 11 baby chicks now, or yeah, she's got 4, and then she has 7. 2, 4, 6. Where's the 7? 1, 2, I can't count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, she's got 7 there. So 11 chicks. There's another slice there for you. What are you doing, Mama? Let's see, I need to check their water. this up out of the way. Oh yeah, they need some more water. I'm trying so very hard not to step on baby chicks. They just run around all over the place. What do you need side on? There are some very happy bees buzzing around here. Ooh, even just here I see a cucumber. And it's gonna be a big one. This one's gonna be used with another cucumber I have inside and probably several more that I find out here to make some refrigerator Clausen style pickles spears for my husband. He really likes that kind. So I'm gonna see how many other cucumbers I find out here. I even see another one right there. Not as big as this one, but since we've missed a day of harvesting, actually maybe even a couple days, let's see what we find in here. Ooh, two right here. Two decent sized ones. Ooh, another one. Look at the pickles that I got. I mean the pickling cucumbers that I got. Oh, there's a ton in here. That will make several more jars of pickles for us. Unfortunately, my dill over here, there's some about ready to bloom. Right over there, if I can point in the right direction. There's just some very small blooms right on top. Not really worth using. I might need to go to the store and buy some. I got a good amount of green beans here too. I haven't picked them for quite a few days, even longer than it's been since I picked cucumbers. So got quite a good bit here. Let's go weigh these and get these entered into the record for the Every Bit Grows challenge. Every bit grows, every bit counts challenge. Just on our way out of the garden here, and I just wanted to show you the tomatoes that I planted along here. These were all volunteers from my garden. I had a bunch of tomatoes planted over in this area, and I had thought they were all going to be the black vernissage tomatoes that my husband really likes, but this one is not. This one is just another tomato. I had a different cherry tomato planted nearby, so this ended up being one of those instead. But look over here. We've got some tomatoes to harvest. These are the black vernissage. They're nice big cherry tomatoes. They have a robust flavor. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick these. My husband's favorite, so we'll fix those for lunch for him. Maybe add them with some cucumbers and onions to make a nice little salad. So excited about that. The first black vernissage cherries. And there's these tomatoes plants here, but they aren't really doing much of anything yet. Alright, I'm going to weigh the beans and the cucumbers that I picked earlier. It's really feeling a little bit muggy right now. We're supposed to be having a thunderstorm, but all the clouds seem to have passed by without a thunderstorm starting, so we'll see if one starts here in a little bit. But it's hot, hot, hot. Not terribly hot. It's only in the 90s. It just feels hotter today. Alright, so far 11 ounces. Got them falling on between the cracks here. Alright, over a pound. Pretty good. Just a few more. Okay. 1 pound, 4 ounces. Pound, 4 ounces. So for green beans so far, 13, so 18, 1 pound, 2 ounces, 2 pounds, 4 ounces, 2 pounds, 9 ounces, 9, 3 pounds, 13 ounces so far. Pretty good. Alright, now for the cucumbers. I went and bought some dill at the store today, some fresh dill, so I'll be able to make my pickles. And then I'm also going to make a batch for my husband. Okay, so far 3 pounds. Another green bean. 5 pounds, and last time I had just about over 4 pounds and I got 4 quarts, so I'm estimating about 1 quart per pound of cucumbers. So I have 7 pounds 12 ounces. Good job. So that was 4 pounds, so we've had 11 pounds, 12 ounces of cucumbers so far this year. But lots more to come. Okay, I'm going to go wash those up and get them in jars and then see what else needs to be done today. Alright, I am making the pickles for my husband. This is the best dill pickles ever, just like Clausen. So there you go. Can't tell you what website it's from. You know, when you used to print something, it used to print the website on there. See that? And now when you print things, it doesn't. Sometimes I miss when they printed the website, because then you can remember where to go back and find it. Okay, so Clausen's wannabe pickle recipe. So I'll try to write the recipe in the description box below, but of course I'll go through it as I'm doing it. But there you go, just in case you want to see it now. Okay, so I have here all of the largest cucumbers that I picked today, including the one that I picked almost a week ago now. I've just kept it in a baggie in my fridge and it's still nice and firm. Okay. So it says you need 1 gallon cucumbers, and then this has you making the pickles in quart jars. I guess they don't really say. That's what I've made them in before, but what I like to do, have been buying the pickles in large jars because we go through them so fast as a family of 6, and so just been buying them in this large jar. It is actually 2.5 quarts, 2 quarts and 1 pint big. So I'm just gonna put in 2 quarts worth of everything in this one jar. So This is a type that requires a brine, so I have a pot here that I have a 1.5 quarts of water in. Then I'm going to add all these other seasonings to it, along with 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. And these are the dill that I bought. There's a lot more of it, but look how big these dill flower heads are. They're huge. So these actually go down in the bottom of the jar. Usually you would just put 1 head of dill per jar, but since this is 2 quarts worth, and even though these are bigger dill heads, I am going to put 2 of them in this jar. Just like that. Since it's about 2 quarts worth. 2.5 quarts. Alright, so I have 1.5 quarts of water in here already. I'm going to add 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. Then we'll add some canning salt. 1/2 cup of canning salt. Remember to use canning salt or pickling salt, whatever it's called when you see it on the shelf. Regular salt has iodine in it, and you don't want the iodine when you're canning. If you can find other salt that's not ionized, then I guess you could use that too, but I would really recommend just using the canning salt. I'm not sure my 1/2 cup measuring cup is fitting in here very well. This will be interesting. Let's see if I can get it back out. Good enough. We'll call that good. Okay, 1/2 cup of canning salt. Then we need 1/3 cup dried minced onion. So that's this, where it looks like onion flakes. 1/3 cup of those. And then 1/2 tablespoon mustard seeds, which is these. 1/2 tablespoon. So I have a tablespoon and I have a teaspoon. So a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So 1/2 of that would be 1.5 teaspoons. So it will be 1.5. Alright, then we need 6 garlic cloves, peeled and chopped small. Now, here's something funny. When I was making my pickles the other day, that I have the video up for, I was talking about how I didn't have any garlic, fresh garlic, because I used all of it last year and made garlic powdered of it, or put some in the freezer, so I was using the frozen garlic. Well, I totally... Yes? What? I totally fuzzed out on the whole I've got garlic growing fresh in my no-till garden over here. So yeah, I have garlic. And I even harvested some garlic out from this garden that was left there from the previous year. And I have that drying out in my bike shop over there. So I have garlic. I have fresh garlic. Ay. Sometimes my brain just forgets things. You have that problem? Good grief. Getting worse and worse. I think it has to do with being so busy. I'm not going to say it's from getting old. It's from being too busy. That's what I'm going to say. So many things to remember. So many things to do. You ever get frustrated at how busy life is these days? It seems like we're supposed to be busy. Why? Why do we have to be so busy? I think we should take more time and just enjoy the little things like sitting out by the waterfall and watching your boys build a fort out of boxes, or play in a pool. You know, just take time to do that kind of stuff. Oh well. We gotta get things done though. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and make you watch me chop all of these, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I'm done mincing the garlic. I'm going to put them in with the rest of the stuff in here. Then I'm going to put this on the stove and I'll bring it to a boil until the salt and everything is dissolved, and then I need to let it cool down a little bit before I use it. Okay, with this type of pickle, oftentimes you see the refrigerator pickles. Whew. Alright, it's hot out here. It reached up to 97 already. A little while ago it was only 93. Anyway, a lot of times you see they're in spears, so I'm going to be doing like a lot of the fatter ones into spears, and then as there's room, if we have room for the smaller ones, I'm actually going to leave those whole so that we can make, you know, slices for sandwiches and whatnot out of those. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes slicing them and fitting them into the jar and see how much we can fit in there. Alright, so I have it pretty well packed, especially on the bottom part here. The top part may not be as tightly packed, but you know, there's only so much you can do in that much space. I did decide to put one whole one in here just to kind of see how it turns out. You know, this recipe calls for them to be spears, so I don't know how whole pickles will turn out, but we shall see. Okay, so now that I have this filled, I'm gonna go get the brine boiling, and then after that I'll pour it in here to cover the pickles, or the cucumbers, and then we shall talk about the rest of it from there. Okay, so I have so many kind of the bigger, fatter cucumbers left after filling this jar that I decided I needed to grab a second jar and fill this one up. So I'm going to work on that one now. Alright, so here we go with the second jar. I'm going to put the dill in the bottom, again 2 heads. Then I'm going to go ahead and stick some of these whole ones down in the bottom. And we'll put the spears around them. Throw a couple more smaller whole ones in here. And there we go. 2 huge jars, so that'd be 2, 4, 5 quarts of the pickles. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go get the brine and get it out here to pour in. All right, so I'm about ready to pour the brine in, so let's get to that. But I also wanted to point out to show you that I had enough cucumbers left over to do 3 more of my favorite pickles. So 7 pounds of cucumbers today gave us 5, 6, 7, 8 quarts of pickles. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour the brine in here. Might need to make up some more brine. Let's see how well this fills this up. It's supposedly enough brine for 6 quarts, so might be enough. Cut lots of this lovely garlic and mustard blend in here. Get some into this jar. Need to get that out. Yep, I'll need just a little bit more brine. Okay, I'll take care of that extra brine later. You can see here, this one got filled up so that everything is covered. This one just needs, you know, a little bit more vinegar in it. Okay, so this jar is done here, so I'm just gonna go ahead. You're gonna put the lid on, and then you're gonna let it sit on the counter for 3 days. And then you just pick it up once or twice, 3 times a day, and then you shake it. Help those seasonings spread all the way through. Shake it up. So for 3 days, you let it sit on the counter. Let's see. After the 3 days on the counter, then you're gonna refrigerate overnight, and then they're ready to eat. Quick and easy, just in 3 days, 3 to 4 days, they're ready to eat. After that, you just put them in the fridge and they'll keep for a long time. I actually had some of this kind of pickle last in the fridge for like a year at least. But typically they'll last 6 to 9 months because they get eaten. So anyway, thanks for joining me here on Quarter Mile Farm for today and for the Every Bit Counts challenge of making pickles. My boys are making a box fort over here. I'll give you the grand tour here before we leave. But anyway, we shall see you next time. Bye.
This is the box fort that Henry and Elijah built.
Okay.
And it has a lot of tape on it.
What does the sign say?
Welcome. Try to survive the thunderstorm.
Now, why did you make that sign?
Henry wrote it down, and I don't know why, but it's in a thundercloud.
Oh, it sure is. There's the lightning, there's the cloud. But what happened to the fort yesterday?
It got destroyed from the rain.
Yeah. And you guys have spent today fixing it up, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
We got a tarp for you. Now, is there anything else you want to show us about the
This is the toy box.
toy box?
It may not say it, but it says on the inside.
Okay, and then is this type, well, he's getting in that way, but do you get in this way?
Yep.
There's a tunnel?
I can get in and out through this really quickly if I need to.
Okay, and there's the inside.
And if it's a real emergency, I'll just plop off and get out with the toys.
And then they can get in there.
No. And this is the tool. Living room, room. I'm coming in there. Room. Hello. Window, room.
Yep, there's a window. And then that up there is a window too, right?
No, the perfect tool.
Oh, yeah, I think that one's a window.
Oh yeah, it is a window.
Yep.
Perfect toy. Wait.
All right, thanks for the tour, guys. Good luck lasting this next thunderstorm.